Hello and welcome everybody back to another stream. I'm your SimCFI and I really appreciate all you guys stopping by. Today we have the great pleasure of again looking at the beautiful Toliss A340-600 in conjunction with partnership with Aerosoft as well. So we will be flying from this beautiful Cathay Pacific aircraft from Hong Kong, which is Anybuild's Hong Kong, over to Manila. It's about an hour and 50 en route or so. Depending on the time, we might be able to come back as well. I had to do a Pittsburgh turn today for real world flying, but that actually got put on a different airplane. So I'm staying home until further notice. I have to be at the airport at 7 p.m., however, for a different flight. So we have a lot of time now. That's why I woke up earlier than usual and started streaming earlier than usual. But anyways, I'd like to thank all the channel partners. They're going to be at the top right corner of your screen there. They're also going to be in the channel description down below. If you guys want anything discounted, or if you want to help out the channel, you can use the codes down below or the links down below, and I would really appreciate that. We have links for Contrail, Tobii Eye Tracker, Pimax, Moza, all sorts of different stuff. So if you guys see anything you like, please be sure to use the link. That really helps. And then to channel members, thank you so much for always using your hard money every month. Really appreciate that as well. So thank you so much, guys, and we will get going. This is the Anybuild's Hong Kong. I've never actually flown out of Hong Kong in the sim, other than just to go to like Kai Tak, just to, like, set myself up for an approach into Kai Tak. But it doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty good. I can't say if it looks accurate. I've never been there. What? Oh, I was like, what is the sign for that? But yeah, we are on VATSIM, and we are in the A340s. You guys can see the beautiful A340-600. Let's go ahead and get GSX all loaded up here. We're going to press request boarding. Actually, I think you can do this through the iPad. So I'm going to go into the iPad here in the EFB. Let me know if the sounds are all good for you guys as well. I can lower them if they're too loud. Or press a little headphones. There we go. Now it's quiet. Ground services, we have the external A and B already on. Let's put some low pressure air just for some cabin pressurization. Not pressurization, sorry, cabin air conditioning. We'll press weight and balance, and it should have grabbed everything from SimBrief. I believe it did. Set payload and fuel to SimBrief. Yes. I'm going to download our OFP, and you can see it's all there. First, I want to say thank you to all the guys in the chat as well. Oh my gosh, you've been typing away, man. Can you show us how the ailerons move? If so we can do all those in flight. Nothing's really going to work on the ground. If you have the Wing Control Airbus MCDU, does it work? No, the MCDU doesn't work with it just yet. But I'm sure once the airplane's fully out, Wing Control will have like an update that makes it work. I'm sure. Can the doors be opened? And yep, with the iPad, yes, they can. Just right here. Can you fly inside a storm so you can see the Wingflex? Maybe on a different day. If we get a storm, we get a storm, but I'm not going to go intentionally change the weather. Can you turn off the individual hydraulics and get effects from it like you see an A330? Yeah, everything is modeled in this airplane. You can do everything. So whatever you think of creatively, Toliss has put in here. The only thing I'd like to see if they can add is, I don't know if they would get one, but I'd like to see an MEL list. That would be kind of nice. They give you faults. You can program any fault you want. Like, so you got all sorts of stuff to select from here. But I'd like to see an MEL list, something you can fault, but you can fly with it, if that makes sense. It might be in the checklist. No, this is all normal stuff. I've asked this before, but why we didn't figure out how to do it. But can you look up how to dump fuel and then check if we can see if the cabin? Yeah, we can maybe try that mid-flight. If you want to go ahead and look that up, and then I can do it for you mid-flight. Does it have a working weather radar? It works, but the tilt doesn't work because tilt doesn't work apparently across all Microsoft flights and products. Apparently that's how that works. I've mentioned, actually someone mentioned it in the beta chat, but that apparently is a Microsoft thing. Kind of specific, but can you choose what flaps level you want in performance calculator? Yeah, you should be able to right here, and then you can have the flap setting right here. That's how you do it right there. That's it. I think unless I have something else. Yeah, that should be one more. If you make the aircraft as old, can you with the slider? I think I saw another stream and put the engines into the Toga. Does the engines wobble? I'm not sure. We can do that. Let me see where that was. Here's aircraft age I have set to the max. Engine age we can put up a little bit if you want as well. And we'll see what happens. There's the Wingflex strength. It's set to maximum. And then flex from the gear bumps I have set pretty high. I don't know if that's supposed to be that high. I'm not sure. But we have it set to the max as well. Your VATSIM controller. Nice, nice, nice. I'm with Hong Kong. If you want to jump on, that'd be great. Alrighty, so let's keep going. What was I doing? Weight and balance. So we should be able to just click apply these loads. Either slow refuel or quick refuel. I'll press quick and then load current values. And then we're just hanging around just under the max landing weight right there. Pretty nice. We, however, can get the jetway to be operated. You can see they're using the wrong door. That's fine. Okay. Oh, that just appeared. What? That just randomly showed up. I have no idea what that is. But he has his, it looks like he has his rake here. Private Air. There's his, he's employed by Private Air. Got his employee number. Alright. Cool. Sweet. I've changed some of the settings, so hopefully it runs well, but also looks better. I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but we're going to take a look. So overhead panel-wise, everything is pretty much good to go. We're just going to align our IRS. We'll select IRS there on nav. Wait for the on bat light, and we'll select nav on number 2, or 3. No, that is number 2. And lastly, number 3. Whoa, too far. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Our temperatures can all be set to the middle position, and we're on auto on the airflow as well. Coming down here, we're already fueled, so the seatbelt signs can be selected on. No smoking lights can be selected on, and the emergency lights can be armed as well. Nav lights should be on this whole time. Select those on. And everything else on the overhead panel is good to go. I'm going to get rid of some of these lights because I don't really need lights right now. They start on maximum. There we go. It's better. Let's go ahead and get into the FMS here. And we're going to select our init button. Request. By the way, guys, we have some memberships to give out. If you guys want a membership, please say, I would like a membership in chat. And we are going to roll our first... I think we only have 5 to give away because I already gave away some. So we're going to give away 5 memberships here. Just say, I want a membership in chat. We've gotten everything here. We've got Hong Kong to Manila. Got our alternate, our call sign, our passenger numbers, cost index, flight level. And then we got our fuel in there, which is 19.9, 19.8. Pretty close. The APU is off, so we're not running that. That's all good. And we can select our wind button here. Request wind. All right, guys, running for the 5 gifted memberships. Oh, there you go. You got one. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Congratulations to you guys. I like that YouTube gives us those. Alrighty, so the winds have been inputted as well. Let's click flight plan, Hong Kong, departure. And we are going to find out what weathers everything's in use. I don't think there's anybody online VATSIM-wise right now. Oh, I haven't... Wait, did I even connect to VATSIM? I haven't yet. Let's go do that. I thought I did. We're CPA 903, A340-600. Just going to grab the current ATIS, if there is one. Looks like we do have control where we are. And we do have an ATIS. So, departure ATIS is Oscar, runway 7 right for departure. 7 right. On the Dalol 1 Charlie. Oh, that's for 7 center they planned me, so it won't be Charlie, it will be the Alpha. There we go. We'll insert that, I imagine. Awesome. And then over there in Manila, I think we have arrival as well. We'll find the ATIS they're going on over there. They're using down there runway 8 and runway 31. Let's see here. I imagine 8 will be... Oh, sorry, 6. Not 8. Probably ILS 6 most likely. And the star on that is the Lubin. This is the Luba 3 Romeo. That one right there. And we will leave the Vias. Well, yeah, let's leave the Vias for now. We'll do that later on. And we can insert that as well. So our FMS has been all plugged up as well. That's looking great. Performance, we're going to go to the iPad here. Press takeoff performance. 7 right. It's grabbed the wind. It's grabbed all the temperatures and everything. And the altimeter setting. Let me just make sure that is correct. Because I've seen 1023 for the last, like... Oh, it really is 1023. Our last 3 flights in this have all been 1023. Conditions are dry. The anti-ice is off. Takeoff weight. We got flex, auto, air conditioning will be on. Compute that. There we go. So we should get a 1 plus F. So slats flap. Flex of 71, 39, 54, 59. So let's go ahead and start entering some of this data in. You can do a takeoff uplink. But I'm not sure how to get the iPad data in there. But we can all just type it in. It's not a big deal. 139, 154, 159, flex of 71. Oh yeah, it has to be F71, which doesn't really make sense to me. But there you go. Flap 1 slash 2. Oh wait, slash up 2.8. Up 2.8. Put that in there. And that is pretty much it. We got transition altitude of 9,000 feet. And our performance page should be good to go. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and get our MCP all set up. And then we're going to get a clearance here. So, departing. We are initially cleared up to 5,000 feet. And we'll have the... oh, waiting for the IRS. So once the IRS is aligned, we'll have managed speed, managed heading, and the managed altitude as well. So we should be good to go on that front. Let's give you guys some APU sounds. We're going to click the APU master. And we're going to click the APU start. Put the sounds up for you. Mike, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Manning, hello, thanks for jumping in. Congrats on the membership there as well. Yeah, Mike, YouTube does hate you. You never got awarded. That's a pretty good sound. At least I think so. Ears hurting yet? Sorry guys, just responding real quick to something. Alrighty. That's a bit aggressive, no? Yeah, maybe that should be a little louder. But I guess we are like 100, like we're 200 feet away from that, so I don't know. Anyways, back in the flight deck here. Hopefully the sounds are still good for you. Let me know, of course. Thank you guys for all jumping in as well. Alrighty, so IRS, we're still waiting on 1 minute. Let's go ahead and tune in and we'll get a clearance here. So tower is on 18.4. We got that set up. We're gonna get our clearance here.
Cathay 257, runway 07, left at the clear to land, Cathay 257. Rear Cat 239er, continue taxi Charlie out Shell of Echo.
What stand are we at? November 36.
011, we're on Charlie. We're texting to 14.3007 center via Charlie, then Echo, then Foxtrot 7, then texting to the gate.
Connect to 011, Roger. Continue taxi after Foxtrot 7, Alpha 11, Bravo 8, then I'm choice, bye-bye.
Roger, taxi via Foxtrot. Continue taxi via Foxtrot 7, then Alpha, approach runway, then Alpha 11, then taxi.
Here, read back correct, and we're gonna jump in. Or not read back, but tower, it's Cathay 903, stand November 36 with information Oscar requesting IFR clearance to Manila, please. He kind of mumbles a little bit, but we're standing by for clearance here. Headphones warning. Yeah, exactly. Well, waiting on the clearance. Let's go ahead and grab the external power Bravo and Alpha off. We're now on the APU. We can go ahead and get rid of those and get rid of the low pressure air. We will now select the APU bleed. Shocks can be turned off as well. We get GSX all ready to push. Actually, probably shouldn't have done that, because it broke my camera last time. We're going to restart GSX completely. Cathay 903 is ready.
Sorry, stand by. Break, Cathay 257 to Charlie Hotel Echo.
Okay.
Cathay 903, flight level 390 is not available. Are you able to accept flight level 370 or flight level 410?
370 will work for us, Cathay 903.
Cathay 903, equipped to Manila, flight plan route, flying via the Dollar 1 X-ray departure to 5,000 feet, expect flight level 370, squawk 3340, information Oscar is current.
Okay, so we're clear to Manila on the flight plan route, the Delta 1 X-ray departure, up to 5,000 feet, squawking 3340. We'll get the new ATIS there, Cathay 903.
Cathay 903, read back correct.
Alrighty. So, he's changed our departure here. So let's go back here. Flight plan, 7 right, departure, I think it's 7 center now on the Dala 1 X-ray. Nope, it's still 7 right. However, it's can I choose a different one? There we go. Dala 1 X-ray. Enter that. Sweet. Up to 5,000 feet would have been cleared. We have 5,000 feet inputted in there. I will now request this guy to come back for pushback. Our doors, we have a cabin door still open, so we'll go ahead and close that. Close. Close. Guys, let me know if the VATSIM's too loud or too low. You guys let me know.
I'll send it to you on text. If you're on Echo now, you can continue in Echo for Foxtrot. Echo Foxtrot 7.
So we're probably going to be pushing back facing west. Is what I should probably expect. And towers Cathay 903 stand November 36, ready push.
Cathay 903, squawk 3340, no Charlie.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put that. Okay, squawking 3340, we'll get Mo Charlie on for you, and the push is approved. Cathay 903.
Confirm color red.
Color red, Cathay 903. Alright, so we'll get the transponder on.
You made a right turn on Bravo.
Get the beacon light on as well. Belts are still on.
Roger, continue Bravo, then Bravo 7.
I have no idea what color red means. I just said, yep. Let's look it up online.
So Captain 39, do you have any stand you want to go to?
There we go. Red procedures. November 36. Just looking it up.
Cathay 257, continue taxi Echo, Foxtrot 7, hold Charles.
Alright, we're going to do this.
Do you have any day you're going to?
We'll like November 30.
I hope this is the right way.
Cathay 257, Roger at Foxtrot 7, cross runway 07 center, Alpha 1 on Bravo 8, stand November 30, bye-bye.
In real life, it's easy because you just tell the ground guys, hey, they want color red, and they all know what they're doing. So.
And was it Alpha 1 for Cathay 257?
You're from Alpha 11,
Cathay 257.
Hong Kong Tower, Singapore 83, ready for taxi.
Singapore 83, taxi, Hotel 7, Hotel Juliet 1, holding point on 07 right.
Hotel 7, Hotel, holding point Juliet 107 right for Singapore 83.
Hotel Sierra over telephone.
Hotel Sierra, stand by.
Okay, meeting Cafe 76407 left final 5 miles.
Cafe 764, Tower, good evening, service from 10 degrees on 4 knots, runway 07 left at land.
07 left.
It's too low. All right, we can grab that up for you. You let me know if that's better now when someone
Tower
talks.
Hotel Sierra, for information, I'd like to land on Hotel 2, hotel intersection, and taxi over to the taxi over to HECO.
Hopefully we get a release date. I hope so as well.
Correction, Hotel Sierra, Roger, clear at Pillar Point in, track to...
Don't really know why he's going that way.
Roger, clear Pillar Point in, and we'll track over to Winwing.
Look at him. Oh, God.
Hotel Sierra, traffic is the Cathay 777 on...
Yeah, I don't know is causing counted. Pat a bug. Oh, that's funny. GSX just said we can't anymore. That was funny.
Okay, 239, say again?
Well, let's just pretend like that was meant to happen.
I'm sorry, you're coming in really unreadable.
And select our ignition to the start position. And we're going to start 1. And once we get an N3 of 10%, we can start number 2. I believe is what I've heard through the interwebs. Pat Samoa's a good thing. Headphone warning.
Oh, we got the Cathay in right now for
Hotel Sierra, Russia, Airline, vision operation.
check this out.
I swear I have a wing view for the engines. There we go. Someone said it was 10% the N2. Yeah, I was watching the Aerosoft video, and in there they said 10% on N3. So I don't know. I'm probably going on conflicting statements. I'm not too sure, but both of them started. So can't wait till she's released. Yeah, VSET, that'll be really cool. I think you guys will really enjoy it. We're gonna start number 3.
Singapore 80, standby. All stations on ground that need clearance or taxi or pushback, contact ground on 121.6 and correction, Singapore 83 stay on my frequency.
21.6. We're starting number 4 as well. This pushback was a little interesting. We'll get some water really quickly. There you go, guys. I'm back. I'm an unequipped streamer. I did not have my water ready to go. My voice starting to hurt.
Second on ground readability 5.
Okay,
So, all 4 engines are up and running. We can select our ignition to the normal position. Aviation wanted to see the ailerons, so let's go to the back and show you the ailerons here.
Via Dallo 1 extra departure with 5,000 feet. It's called 3535.
This is Tokyo via Nicola 1 after departure target 5,000 feet, squawk C535, Cathay 245.
And Cathay 245 to confirm Dallo 1 X-ray departure.
Okay.
Alrighty, we'll set 2.8 nose up, which has been set for us, which is quite nice.
245 correct. Information Oscar.
Auto brakes maximum. Bleed off, APU off. We'll come down here. Arm our spoiler. Flap 1. Pro streamer, by the way. Yeah, exactly.
Ground good evening. Cafe 764 testing on chat.
I don't know, BD. It is a very good looking quad, but the Concorde is. I mean, come on, it's a Concorde.
Fox Trust 740 point. Cafe 764.
Chapter 764, you can expect date November 62.
Copy, expect November.
Alrighty, so we're ready to taxi.
Cafe 764.
We're kind of in a weird spot, but we're gonna call for taxi here. And ground Cathy 903, just pushed off November 36, ready taxi, runway 7 center. Correction right.
Cathy 903 taxi, Bravo, Whiskey, Hotel to Juliet 1, holding point.
Bravo, Whiskey, Hotel 2, and short on the, the Juliet 1 holding point, Cathy 903. Alrighty, we can run the cabin check. Someone said that if
Just
you...
confirm it's Hotel to Juliet 1, holding point.
Hotel to Juliet 1 holding point, Cathy 903.
Thank you.
It's going to be, I believe, the all button. And that should get rid of the cabin. So there we go, cabin ready. Sweet, we might as well do the takeoff config now. Why not? On. There we go. All our weather and predictive wind shear and all that great stuff is on as well. All right, park and brake can be selected off. And we will start our voyage. So Bravo, and then we take Whiskey. So Bravo kind of goes for quite a little bit. Oh, I see. Let me take a left turn. Alrighty. Now, I've been idle thrust. I haven't moved the thrust. This airplane just goes. It is quite powerful when it's light. It's quite powerful when it's heavy, too, but you're going to find yourself using a little bit of differential braking just to stay kind of slow. So I'm already at 12 knots. This hasn't moved.
Ground hello, Cafe 5. Correction 838, requesting clearance to Vancouver, information Oscar.
Cafe 838, hello, to Vancouver.
CL says, which A340 is better, Indybuilds or Aerosoft? That's actually a hard question. Well, this one's going to be a little bit more system in depth and a bit more realistic in the way that all the bumps and all that kind of stuff are modeled. So in terms of realism, probably the Toliss. But the Indybuild one is really good too, and the Indybuild one is a 300. So the 300, and then this is a 600. So honestly, if you're a big 340 fan, you're gonna want both of them because they do different things. They're both very good. If you're just using for A to B machine like I am, I'm not gonna run any failures and stuff. But if you're just using it for A to B, both are very, very good. Which I think most simmers are just using it for A to B. Taking the left on Bravo. Who knows where centerline is? I don't know. Hopefully somewhere around there. A little bit of brakes. This thing, again, it just starts to get very fast. Okay, that wasn't centerline at all. I like to give you guys wing views because I know you guys like to look at it, and I like to look at it too. But, yeah. You know what? I'll show you guys the taxi cam if you want to see it. I'll put it on here. There you go. This one actually has kind of the yellow line. Kind of, not really. But it's kind of there. And we'll be taking the left turn on Whiskey right here. Left turn Whiskey. There you go.
Cafe flight 76 will cross the inactive runway, taxi Bravo 8.
I like to take these turns under 10 knots if you can. And then this is a 90-degree turn, so the way I'm going to take this
runway, then Bravo,
is we're going to go past this turn. I'm going to let this yellow line, I'm going to start a little bit of a turn, but I'm mainly going to start cranking it once it's past this beam here. And then you can really bring it around the turn. And you'll see if I go outside, you're bringing the whole airplane around that turn. Right? And then you can center up, and you're on the line. So always go past like that. You never want to turn when you're like, if the line's right here, I'm not going to just start turning. You need to wait a little bit because there's a lot of airplane behind you. All right, hotel is going to be the first right turn out of the alley. Not counting supersonics. Okay, that counts speedy then. I think the 7.4 looks pretty good though too. You gotta admit. Sam Guilford, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's been a while actually since I've seen you. Hopefully you'll be picking up this airplane when it eventually releases. Electric says, especially in sharp turns. Exactly. We can go back inside because I have no idea where I'm going. All right, we're looking for a hotel. It's gonna be the next left turn, or I think it's gonna be the next. It's going to be the next right turn, not left turn, right turn. I'm going to do a challenge in it where I could try to fly every European country that has an airport that is big enough. Yeah, man, that'd be cool. It'd be a fun little trip for you to do. Mr. XP72, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping in, Mr. XP. Really appreciate that. I've been loving your podcast with you and Blue. It's actually how I get a lot of my news in the flight sim world. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check out Mr. Blue Games and Mr. XP72. They have a podcast together talking about flight sim and things they've encountered / new releases and things like that. Here's another 90-degree turn coming up. So again, I'm going to hold it off. Just going to go past this a little bit. All right, start a little bit. And then you can start bringing her over a lot more. And just again, make sure you're under that 10 knot speed. Two things. One, you can be excessive tiller to get over, right, if it's past 10. And the other thing, and your turn radius is low. The other thing as well is you got flight attendants standing up. So when those flight attendants are standing up, you'll send them flying if you're very aggressive on those turns and those brakes, and they'll call up and be like, slow down. I've seen it happen. All right, so Juliet 1 is all the way down at the end, so now we are free to let this thing go. I've been idle thrust this entire taxi. I've not moved my power once. It just goes. Isn't your just MSFS always show those skid marks even if you're turning within the limits? What do you mean skid marks? Like on the taxiway? Yeah, I also think so. Oh, someone else. Do you think this will be out before the end of the month? I would think so. I don't know why it wouldn't be unless they have some other plan, but it should be if, you know. What's up? Hey, Airtones, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We gotta get you in the podcast, dude. I'm down, man. You know what? I'm actually going on a trip where I'm gonna be in Raleigh, North Carolina for an entire day tomorrow. I leave tonight. I'm all there. I'm all day tomorrow off. So.
Cathay 903, contact tower 1.4. Bye bye.
18.4, Cathay 903. Thanks. So
Hi.
We can definitely get together on that for sure. 19.1 is probably next. I start slowing down a little bit before I go off into the ocean. We go get something over there. What is that? Just a random Embraer. I mean, just look at this thing. Like, what a beauty. Put the cameras on for you guys. On the right-hand side, we have the Moza AB6 with the Simworkshop joystick there, and my ginormous PC case. And on the left, you can see my PJs, but on the left, you can see the wing control setup here. The 32 or so minor throttle. MCU is over here. The ECAM's just past it. And yeah, this is the beauty of flight simming, man. I can just wake up with my PJs and start flying. I love it. No ground contact, no complaints, no boarding, no catering problems, no lab problems. I just press import and go. All right, we're gonna start slowing down.
Sierra request at Hotel 2 for Summer Mine out.
We're gonna bring that taxi cam off. I believe past like 30 knots or some, maybe 25 or 45 knots. That taxi cam will go away for you. Just nice, slowly starting to slow down. This is Any Builds Hong Kong as well, by the way, guys. I just picked this one up actually yesterday. Yeah, sweet, XP. That'd be awesome. Oh, I don't like to show my face, as you guys know, but I will definitely be there in voice and in spirit. I also have the app, AGP, pack, throttle, and MCDU. Dude, it's fantastic. You can't beat wind control, really. They have the market. All right, are we ready to go, guys? About to get clearance to go, so I think we're all ready to go. If you guys are members of the channel, please be sure to leave the flex emojis in chat, you guys who are members. Tower Kathy 903 is approaching spot Juliet 1.
Kathy 903, tower 7610 degrees on the front, option 07 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff 7 right, Kathy 903. Alright, so we've been cleared to takeoff. We're also lining up, so we'll go ahead and grab all these. By the way, it's a little should have had that on from before. It's a little quiet because I have the headphones turned on. I'll turn the headphones off. There you go. Strobe lights auto as well. And TCAS TARA.
Toronto Sierra, Scott 5367. Cleared Silver Line out for captain gap. Change 1023, set up the cruise recovery for taxi.
1023, cleared Silver Line
for APU flex takeoff? No, this is the 600, AJ. This thing's powerful. This thing has a lot of power. This thing's not underpowered.
Taxi Hotel, correction, taxi November 2, Hotel 2 in position on the hotel.
Correction, November 2, November, and, sorry, November 2, Hotel 2 in position.
The 600 is a beast on power. I feel so used to taxiing this thing already because most of my days in flight simming were Concorde, like a long time ago. It's all I flew. And the Concorde was, I think, you sat like 27 or like 17 or something like that feet in front of the nose gear. So you had to put the line like here, and then you'd start your taxi, or you start your turn. Slow down for this turn a little bit here. And then we're gonna crank it all the way to the left. Head movements are a little exaggerated there. There we go. All right, if you guys are ready, chrono's clicked. This is the first time I've ever memorized that. Flex emojis in chat, guys. We do have the Manflex SRS runway, the output. 380 knots already. This thing's powerful. This thing goes. And we have the V1. Rotate. Gear up.
Kathy 903, complete departure 123.8, goodbye.
23.8, Captain 903, thanks. Alrighty, 23.8.
Still Sierra, ready for departure.
Yep.
Still Sierra, 7610 degrees on the left.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys that climb thrust sound here. Not much of a difference, but it's there. We're going to select the autopilot on, autopilot 1, just so I can get this ATC back and make sure I am on that right guy. 123.8 is done.
Double 883, the finger trace base.
Oh, it is something.
123.
Departures Cathay 903, 3,000 going 5,000.
Cathay 903, Hong Kong departure identified. Climb by 6, flight level 160.
By the said 160, Cathay 903. Alright, about to put the flaps up. We're going to do 160, second confirmed. We're getting into clouds here, but it's 16 degrees, so no anti-icing required just yet. Might need them on the way up, though. Oh, it keeps the headphones in the back. Notice that? Let's go ahead and bring the flaps up here. Thank you guys for all the emojis in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna turn the cameras off. A little bit of weird Wingflex going on there. It looks cool, but it's a little. I think we might have to work in the animation a little bit. You basically taxied across the whole airport. Yeah, basically.
Do you want a shortcut?
Always Cathay 903.
Cathay 953, Roger, and break Cathay 903. I was not calling you.
Sorry, we heard a 3 and got happy there, Cathay 903. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Hopefully, if it all goes as planned, I'll be the beautiful jet. Sorry, let's talk my ear off here.
By lines.
Hopefully, if all goes well as planned, I will be on the beautiful jet IRL from Frankfurt to Newark. Is that Frankfurt or FRA, I assume? No. FRA. I don't know if FRA is, but later this month. What jet you going on? Bring these PFD brightnesses up a little bit. They're a little dim. I love that I can toggle. If I can't hear ATC, I just click that. It's amazing. All right, we're through. Let's do our takeoff secs here. Spoilers can be disarmed. Our gears up and off. The landing light can be selected off as well, and the nose light. Or do they leave the landing light on in these guys? They probably do. The RJ, we turn it off after takeoff, but anyways, we're through 10 anyways, so we'll leave it off. There we go. All right, there's our transition altitude. So we can either hit the B button or you can manually go ahead and pull all these. There we go. The MCD is not working just yet. The wing control gear doesn't quite work just yet, but that's okay. It's been relatively smooth, but I'm gonna keep the belts on a little bit longer just so we can get above the weather a little bit. And then we're gonna go ahead and then we can go ahead and release the belts, everybody. Notice how, and I was shocked by this, notice how flap 1 can be selected under 280 and less, which is, it's technically slats only, but it's quite incredible. What the heck?
Cathay 903, proceed direct to Stalo, climb by level 250.
250 direct Dalol, Cathay 903. Make sure he actually meant Dalol. Alright, that looks reasonable. Yes, it does. We'll insert that. And 250 on the climb. In the cloud, we still have 18 degrees.
From Lancia Tipper, runway 0 left approach.
So we got an inversion going on with the temperature. Above all the weather, it's starting to shake a little bit, so we do have a little bit of bumps here and there. We'll get a little bit higher, and then we'll let everybody go out of their seats there. Hong Kong ATC's S tier, they've seen pretty good. This is my first time ever flying out of Hong Kong. A340, oh yeah, it is Frankfurt, 340-600. Forgot the airport code. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I've never been on a 340. I've never even been on a 330. I've been on a... I deadhead quite a bit, obviously, for work. So I've been on 220, 320, 1921, all those. 777. If I didn't say it already, 220. RJ Embraer Q. What else? I think that's basically it. Been on RJ 550 as well. But I've never been on a 330. I've never been on a 340 or a 7.4. No 7.6 either. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, a little flight going on there with the camera. Yeah, that was interesting, right? We're nicely climbing away, and Auto ATC is doing what Auto ATC... not Auto ATC. I meant Auto FPS, and it's increasing our LOD and all that great stuff. So everything's going quite well. I'll lower the volumes here for you guys a little bit. It's an own chase plane bug?
Approach, are you with me?
Yes, flying to Kai Tak sometime you have to be on your A game. Yeah, it's a cool little approach.
Yes,
it's basically a turning, descending final.
Landing 107 center. And,
but it is a cool little approach.
5223. Squawk 5223.
Oof, beauty.
Negative 5223. Bravo Kilo, that's Sierra, Hong Kong approach, good evening. Report approaching Peninsula. Captain 903, leaving control space, nothing further, Moza 128.
228, Captain 903, thanks, have a good day.
Airline 5023, descend to reach 3,000 feet by...
I was going to go change my frequency, but what a view that is. Chase plane putting in work right now. All right, let's go ahead. 22.8. Well, we're on the quiet side. I love this feature. There's a lot of features in this airplane I absolutely just love. Two of them right away are the sounds. You can have the cool sounds, and then you can nicely just quiet it up if you want to listen to VATSIM real quick. And then the other cool thing is the replay function. I could press quick replay and back this flight up, and it saves every switch position, every flap setting. And it can just, you can just do a replay. So you don't really need SkyDoll anymore. You don't need Flight Recorder for this specific airplane. The only thing I wish is I can map these buttons. So when I'm in an outside view, I can rewind and pause and play in an outside view. Because every time I want to change this, I have to come back in here. But if you're able to maybe export the EFB somewhere else, that's probably be pretty cool. Yeah, we're getting little bumps. Oh yeah, we're not ATC'd anymore. So we're going to go ahead and push that for 370. Viper, hello, welcome. Good day. Says, how is the A340 compared to the Indy builds, as in systems modeling? Which would you recommend? In the systems department, Toliss will take it. However, Indy builds does have an ACARS, better ACARS modeled currently. This one's not really flushed out just yet, so we have to wait for that. But both are decent. Both are very good in my opinion. I don't know enough about the 340 to like know everything of, you know, this is realistic. I've never flown it. All right, I'm just on the RJ. But from what I've heard, and my opinion, the Toliss one will be in front of it. Now, as an A to B machine, if you're just going from destination to destination, both will be absolutely perfect for what they do. I think the visuals on the indie builds are a little bit better. But for just A to B, if you want an A340-300, you have the indie builds. And then if you want an A340-600, you have the Toliss. So in my opinion, if you're a 340 person, if you like flying it, you're probably going to want both because they both fly differently. And if you're just going to do A to B with it, which most people will just do A to B, then both will do the job just fine. What's ACARS? Aircrew Alerting and Reporting System. So if I go over here and click MCDU and ATSU, this is a system. It's basically like text message. We can text different people. We can grab weather. We can request clearances. We can do all sorts of different stuff, get takeoff numbers. And so right here on their page, this is all they got really going on for them. But the Phoenix and the Innie builds and the other Airbus aircraft have more to their ACARS system than this one does. Like notice in the other aircraft, you gotta click MCDU, ATSU, in it, and then you put your route in and all that stuff. This one you don't really need to do that. So that maybe is the way it is. I'm not sure, but I think they're still working on that part. But I'll get some clarification on that. Don't want to hear the marker. Don't care about VHF2. Did A340-600 have a VIP livery? They have a private jet livery, but I don't remember if it says VIP on it or not. I don't remember right now. I'll have to go check that one after. The cool thing with this as well, if you can have different scenarios. So you can put up the fault scenarios, and you can apply a failure / a fault, or you can turn random faults on as well, or turn them off depending on what you want to do. See, here we're getting like bumped around a little bit. Oh yeah, a little bit of turbulence. Alright, that's fine. It's just a bit of light chop. We'll go ahead and release the belts here. Belts and auto. And we have roughly going to be there at 10:30 UTC. And so we got about an hour and a half so far in mid route. Cool. It's been my fave long hauler for years. My first was the old black box model, but in FSX days. Oh my God, black box. Yeah, that just brought me back. I forgot that company even existed. I did my first CTP in it back in 2010. Yeah, black box was one of those companies that was like, from my recollection, it was like better than Captain Sim, which Captain Sim at that time was actually better. But it wasn't like FS Labs level. It was okay, unless I'm remembering it wrong. Is it compatible with Wingwing products? Like I'm using right now the Wingwing throttle, but that's mappable through Flight Sim. So the MCDU, the ECAM, like all that stuff isn't working just yet. But I'm sure when the airplane releases and Wingwing gets their hang on it, or Wing Control I should say, they'll be able to make a profile for it. So right now Wing Control probably doesn't have access to it. Beautiful those Rolls-Royce engines there. Hello, Shaked. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. DHL is back. Like, the cargo company? Calaria? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Oh, what a lovely aircraft. It is. It's a beautiful airplane. Absolutely fantastic looking airplane. Very good model as well. Sentenza says the original aircraft was PSS for FS98. I never flew that one. For the time, their Airbuses were good and not cheap. When FSX rolled out, PSS sold their stuff to Black Box, then they became a disaster. Ah, I see. In regard, the engines are rolling back into their cruise setting. Not much engine sounds from here. I'm gonna go see if I can lower... Let's go ahead and lower the... There we go. Let's lower all that wind sound. Maybe we'll hear the engines more. Not really. It's okay. It's probably a very quiet airplane, real world. Alright, let's just make this easy and give myself a bit of a direct. There we go. Just a straight... Oh, well, I thought I went past that one. There we go. What a beauty. Shake. I definitely forgot. I'm like... I definitely forgot. Viper's Black Box was one of those where they would sell you beta product but never really finish it. It was okay, but not even close to... Yeah, Phoenix Optics Labs. Yeah, I remember them being kind of eh. Eh was the word. Fly with Tom. Hello, welcome, welcome. Says howdy. Thank you so much for stopping by, Tom. Hope you're doing well. We're in the gorgeous Toliss A340-600 in Microsoft Flight Sim. I still have PSS on the disc. That's crazy. I had a Concorde FS Labs disc that I always used to install with. I don't know where that went. I think it's in my grandmother's house somewhere. Oh, the DHL behind on all. Yes, yes. Now I remember. I didn't remember your name though. Are you back behind me on flying over to Manila too? Thank you for jumping back in, by the way. I really appreciate that. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, last stream we did with the A340-600, I was flying into Oslo, and there was a 777 behind me. That was like cranking on the speed, like they were going quick. And someone in the chat was talking about how like there's someone behind you, whatever. But then we messaged on V Pilot, and there was a crisis averted. But he's jumped back in the stream there. Wait, where is the contrails / chemtrails? Right now, there's nothing going on. However, that is a possibility. There's temperatures at which contrails don't usually form. But right here, there's nothing. So I don't know if it's not modeled / we might just be in the perfect temperature range for it not to form, and / moisture range. Because up here it is -45. They probably should be there. Roughly when you get in the -55 plus area. I'm planning to buy this plane. The system and cockpit are similar with the 320 family. Oh yeah, if you can fly a 320, you can fly this. All the Airbuses are exactly the same. SNA, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. No, you're flying the Munich? Nice. Munich's a good one, too. I forget the scenery developer for that one, but I have that one. I said perfect because today I tried the 380X and all the technology confused me. No, yeah, you'll get used to it. The 380's easy, too. They're all Airbuses. They're all press go jets. Import, go, Toga. But yeah, this airplane's quite similar. I mean, it's basically an A320 with 4 throttles, as you can see, and just more of everything. Like your fuel tanks, there's more fuel tanks. These are all fuel pumps. You know, there's gonna be double of everything, or yeah, like double of everything. Circuit breakers work here too, by the way, guys. I'm not gonna pull those. Nothing much here from what I could tell was modeled. There is a phone. I think. No. Is that a phone? Can't see with the glare. No, it's not a phone. Can't click that. Even if I unlock it. Oh, you can do it if I unlock it. Alright. I was gonna say. Look, there's a click spot for it, but I can't click it. This is the Cathay Pacific cabin. First class. I love how they changed the pictures. That's funny. The Lufthansa one has something different as well. Wouldn't be a nice area to spend for a few hours here. Last few days I've been zipping around in the CRJ thanks to your videos. Help me remember what to do. Great little shore hop plane. And go to airports we normally don't. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks for watching the videos, by the way. I hope they did help. You see, we go from a 3.2 to a 4. Man, I would hate to be right here for like 15 hours. I like the old, not the screens. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. You know what you should check out, Shake, depending on how old you do like. If you like the old planes, check out the 727. It's obviously much older than an Airbus, but it is fantastic to hand fly, and it's a very old aircraft in terms of the systems, and you can do the flight engineering panel, you can do everything, so it's a really, really cool airplane. And it's not that expensive. I would really, really highly recommend the 727. What's your opinion on the CRJ version 2? It's definitely a very big step up from version 1. It still needs a lot of work in the FMS, and now with the version or update 4 in 2024, we do need a flight model update again. But FMS is the biggest thing it really needs help with now, and LNAV tracking. Oh, I meant the CRJ-200. Oh, it's a piece of trash. The 200, no one likes to fly on it as a passenger. And then as the pilot perspective, it's not really a rocket ship, but it was a very maneuverable little jet, I've heard. I did all my training in a 200, but I never actually got to fly it. So I did all the sims and all that stuff in the PPC on the 200. But it's a lot of work as a pilot. It's more work than an RJ9, which is already more work than your standard airliner. So the RJ200, yeah, it was no automatic switching bleeds, it's basically take a 737 logic of overhead panel, mix it with no VNAV, no auto throttle, no auto brake. So manual gen switching, manual bleed switching. The APU, if you wanted the anti-ice running, you needed the APU running because it wasn't strong enough, so then you had to manually switch the bleeds. It was a lot of work on takeoff, that 200. Captain Minnesota, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're in the beautiful A340-600 by Toliss and Aerosoft, technically. You guys all gonna buy the A340? We got yes from BD. 75% of you guys are saying yes. 25% are saying no. Are you saying no because you already have the Inibuilds 340, or are you saying no because it might just be too expensive, or you just don't care about Airbus or the A340? If you guys want more 340 content as well, I do have about 3 to 4 videos posted on my channel. Be sure to go check those out. Minnesota, if I didn't say thank you already, thank you for the 5 months of the membership there. I think I might have missed that. Universe says, CFI! SNA, welcome, welcome. It's not really an aircraft I'll be flying a lot anywhere. However, I might pick it up later on. Yeah, I don't do long hauls. Like you guys know, I'm not a long haul person. I don't do that stuff. So I just do like maximum 2.5 hour flights with it. And there are some short routes you can do with it. Not a lot, but there are some short ones. And then also for me is I don't really care all the time if I'm doing like a completely realistic flight. I kind of just make up my own scenario. Like, oh, you know, Kathy had a 777 that busted in Manila, so we had to bring a 340 there, you know, to carry the load. Or, you know, you can make up any story in your brain. If it hurts your brain that it's not a real world route, I'm telling you, in real life, there's so many random things that happen to airliners of what they fly in different planes on different routes because of whatever reason. That it basically makes sense for any airplane to do any route. I've seen a 777 do like a 35-minute flight. So you can make it up. Don't let that hold you back. But it is just an Airbus. I'll be honest. It is just an Airbus with 2 more engines on it. It is really good. It's very well modeled. It's probably one of the best Airbus we have in the sim. But it is an Airbus. So if you already have your fix of Airbuses, it might not interest you. I love any 340-300 too, but the 600 is just the beauty and the beast. It is. It's truly a lot nicer looking, in my opinion. Madison, hello. Says Bluebird 75 looks really cool. Waiting for that one. Yeah, that one. That one, who knows when that one's coming out. That'd be really cool, though. You got some smudge marks. I'd like to see a bit better textures. That's the only gripe I have with this airplane is the textures are a little dated looking. They're still fine, but they're a little X-planey, which makes sense because it's Toliss. But I'd like to see an update on that specifically. The systems are solid. They don't really have to do much on that, in my opinion. I mean, from what I know, from A to B machine, we're fine. But the visuals need a little bit of an upgrade if they can keep the performance. Not much of an Airbus fan and not a long haul person either, so probably not going to get the 340. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Appreciate you guys viewing, by the way. Thank you so much for that. We know you have other options in flight sim content. We thank you for choosing your sim CFI. Boom. Clip it. How did you get the 340? We used to work. I still work on the RJ for with Hans for the Aerosoft CRJ. And I just messaged Rafi wondering if I could take a look at the 340 project, and they were gracious enough to let me take a look and give you an early access peek at it over there at Aerosoft and Toliss. I just finished all my lessons for VATSIM training. Nice, man. You're on the VATSIM controller side or VATSIM pilot-wise? It's gonna be time to eat soon. Dream plane to fly in real life. A plane that's not flying anymore would be the Concorde. That's my ultimate dream, airline wise. Fighter wise, it'd be the F-14, like 100%. And then honestly, any current fighter would be awesome. But then a plane that's currently flying on the airline side. I'll be brutally honest. My I still love aviation. I still love planes. But once it becomes a job, I kind of just want to get the one that pays the most money. So, like, I'll take a 350. It's a beautiful looking plane. They all do the same things though. You're just kind of, you know, autopilot's on, and you're still doing your job, of course. Anything that goes wrong, but yeah, probably an 87 or 350. Triple would be cool. I don't know if I like long haul in real life yet. I've never done long haul, so I don't see myself enjoying a 15-hour flight. So I'd like to fly a long haul airplane because I like the airplane, but I want to fly for 2 hours. So probably realistically a 321 Neo or a 37 Max, that kind of thing would be more my type of flying that I enjoy. But we'll say 7.4. The 7.4 is classic. So 747, any version. I'll take a 100 any day, and I'll take an 800 just as fast. Now I need to do exam controller. Oh, controller, nice. We'll see you hopefully, Mike, whenever you do start controlling. Have you tried the jump to waypoint feature yet? That's only a way I could do log haul. No, I don't think that. I didn't even know that was a feature. There is a replay tool. Log input events. This is debugging information. Simulation, freeze all, freeze, MSFS pause, auto pause, decrease sim rate. I don't think we have a jump. Yeah, I don't think we have a jump to waypoint. I could be wrong. Hi, I have the Indy-built G4300 and having problems with custom waypoints. Is this one okay with them? I don't remember trying in the A340-300. I haven't tried it here either, but let's see. Let's see if I do this. Nope. Let's do this. TATIL slash... I don't know if this is the same as an RJ, but we're going to try. It is not the same. Let's try this. You should be able to do that. I've done this in the Phoenix, so that should take, I believe, because you should be able. The format, I believe, was intersection / fix or navigate, radial, and then distance, and it should take. Oh, there we go. And you can see, I'm not going to execute it, but I created that waypoint, a radial of 330, which probably should have been 326. So if I want to do it correctly, the way I got that is I'm tracking 144, so I'm just doing the reciprocal of that. So TATIL / 326 / 20 miles. I thought I'd be able to put it on top of each other, but I guess not. I'll put it there. So there is a 20-mile fix behind Tatil. So if they said, "Hey, descend 250 or flight level 250, and be there 20 miles south or 20 miles north of Tatil or whatever it's called," that's how you can do that. So that does work. Yeah, the Toliss has everything modeled, to my knowledge. Gonna run London to CPS Copenhagen for vectors for the vectors in Copenhagen event. Ooh, that's kind of cool. You know, there's going to be another Concorde in real life. Yeah, I've heard of it. It's not even going to be as fast as the real Concorde though. The flights are 15 hour, but you do get crew rest. You do, but it's just boring. You know what I mean? Hunter says Boeing over Airbus for you. They're kind of equal. They do different things. Like they do the exact same thing with slightly different logic. So it's kind of the same. They all have the same modes. They all got flight level change / open. They all have VNAV or managed LNAV as well. You know, they all have the same stuff. How do you find this airplane compared to the 340-300? The 340-300 and this aircraft in the A to B portion, just flying normal ops, are the same. This will have a bit more in-depth systems still, but and then if you get into the failures and the EFB features, I think are better in the Toliss. But the indie builds is still fantastic, and it is a 300. So if you want a 300, an operation of a 300, you get the indie build, and if you want an operation of a 600, you get the Toliss. You'll probably end up buying both if you're a big 340 nut. I hope they'll upgrade the CRJ AP to be like this one. Yeah, we'll see. I said it's implemented feature. Yeah. What airport should I pick for a controller? I want to pick Houston, but there's not a lot of traffic. Well, if you go to Toronto, I'll do a lot of flying there. But I think they already have controllers. What about LaGuardia? That's actually probably a little hard one. What about Charlotte's kind of cool. Philadelphia's kind of cool. Aspen. I'm thinking about Denver. Denver's a cool one too. Thanks for showing. No worries. Falentio? I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. I'll call you Flyer. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thanks for the comment. But notice I'm getting this chase plane bug where it keeps. See how it keeps shaking? It does that shaking thing. Look at that. Aerosoft flight. Before start, after start, ACAM memo. Wow. Looks like all of our control over there in Manila has dropped off. I'll still play on the ILS 6. I'm thinking, guys, I might end the stream once we land in Manila, and I'll start to make some more video content on this airplane for you guys as well. By the way, guys, I appreciate all the donations and all the likes, subscriptions that you guys have been giving today, and all the membership monthly updates as well. I'd love to see that stuff. Thank you so much for using the emojis. By the way, we got some cool emojis in chat made by Aviation Bros. This thumbnail was also made by Aviation Bros. So if you can go to his channel and give him a like and sub as well, would appreciate that. They did make an A330, right, Aerosoft? They did, but that was Aerosoft A330. This is the Toliss A340 from X-Plane that Aerosoft has commissioned to be brought over. So Aerosoft, to my knowledge, didn't really create a lot of this. Maybe the visuals, I'm not too sure, but it's mainly a Toliss aircraft from X-Plane. That's why it's a much more higher fidelity than the 330 they launched. Yeah, I don't know. It's not like I can pick any airport every day. Exactly. Universe says, looks like Airbus is all computer and minor adjustments, and Boeing, you have all the power. Not really, Universe. If you think about it, the heavy Boeings, the triple, the 87, they're Airbuses now. I mean, they're all fly-by-wire. I think Boeing's easier than an Airbus. I do agree that Boeing gives you less protection when you're hand flying, and all the laws and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of ease of use, the 777 even has auto like everything, and even you still have to work in the Airbus. The only time they have to work is they get to this top of descent, they lower their altitude, and then they have to press a button to start descending. In the triple and all the Boeings, it just starts descending on your VNAV path, and the CRJ, which I never understood why Airbus chose that. But I think that Boeing heavies are just as automated, if not more, in some ways. But if you're comparing 737, then yeah, the 737 is a lot more manual. You got a train. There you go. We're using ray trace shadows here, guys. Start to do some descent calculations. So down there, the weather in Manila is 110 at 5 knots true, but it's variable. Quite a lot, actually. This is great. A few 2,500 feet. 26 degrees, nice and warm. The altimeter of 1014. We'll set that in our standby. Okay. 1014 in the QNH. And no significant weather. Awesome. So, we can go over here to the landing performance. We're planning runway 6. The wind has been grabbed. Temperature, QNH, it is dry. The anti-ice is not required. Landing flap will be full. Air conditioning is on. Pilot approach. That's fine. We'll leave that. Auto brake low should be fine. We'll compute that. Landing distance required. And then this is our landing distance. If I do 3... yeah, so we'll be more than fine. What's 4 give us? Max. Pretty good, pretty decent stopping power. Let's go back to low. A little far for my liking, so we'll use 2. 2 seems pretty decent. It is 11,000 feet, so let's quickly check that, actually. Yeah, it's 11,000 feet long. So 2 should work just fine, as we're going to exit roughly at Romeo 2. So we'll select auto brake 2 on our knob. There we go. Although we can just use manual braking. But we'll see how that goes. Oh, that changed. No. There, landing. Yeah, we'll do 2. 2 gives us a nicer, safer margin to use. I'm going to turn on constraints. I should have that from before, but I like to have constraints on to tell me what are my altitude and speed constraints at those waypoints coming up. I'll go down here to the perf section. And next phase, 110, next phase, /5 knots, 26 degrees, 1014. I don't know why I memorized all that, but there you go. The MDA down there on ILS 6 is 280 feet. No temperature corrections are required. So it's 280 feet above sea level, 266 feet above ground. So that's set up in there. Transition out to 13 grand. The V approach of 143, they have calculated for us a V approach 145. I'll give myself 6. 1 extra knot will save the world right there. Awesome. So our whole FMS has been set up on the ILS 6. And there we go. I don't know why it's orange. We got estimated fuel on board of 6.7. That's kilograms. And our min fuel in Manila is 13 grand. So let's go quickly check. 6,700 kg to pounds. It should be like 14,000. Yeah, 14.7. So we have less than planned, but we have 1,700 pounds above minimum fuel. So we're still looking okay on that. Now there's no ATC down there. The Star does co-locate with... Does it have anything co-located on this arrival? I don't think so. I'm just going to go ahead and close that up because no one's here to tell me otherwise. Top of descent has changed. Still got a bit to go. Still have an hour to go till we get there. In that case, yeah, it's fine. We'll keep doing this. Oh, that's cool. I mean, the engine page there. Oh, I see what's going on. We're gonna clear Lubin. We're gonna clear Terry. I'll leave it on Yanni. We'll insert that. Clear that. That looks better. Insert that. And you go straight into ILS 6, it looks like. Perfect. That's all closed up and looking fine. We'll give you guys an approach briefing, as this is my very first time ever landing in Manila. I'll give you the full IFR brief. So, we're going to be descending via the Tattle 3 Romeo, as you guys can see here. And we'll basically follow the restrictions en route. Nothing really too crazy to cry about there. It's page 10-2 uniform. It is an RNAV arrival. And we'll be doing a visual backed up by the ILS runway 6. I'll give you the full brief even though it is visual. ILS 6 11-1 and 21st November 2025. We have a local frequency 1091 has been auto set. Final approach course of 063. The glide path check at Lima Lima 613, 1700 feet. No temp comp required. ILS MDA of 280 set left and right. The MSA high sector is 7,200. That's based on the MIA VOR. MIA happens to be located on the field. So if we have to go missed approach, which maybe, our MSA there is 7,200 feet. Missed approach is climb heading. Climb a runway heading, DME of 5.0 in the MIA VOR, turn right, heading a 128, intercept the track outbound on the rate of 98 until reaching 4 grand, then right turn direct the MIA VOR. So take off, 5 DME, right hand turn away from the terrain, go up to 4,000 feet, and then right turn all the way back to the VOR. And then we are climbing up to 6,000 feet, or hold or as assigned by ATC, which we have no ATC. It'll be a 3-degree slope, probably estimated roughly about 800 feet per minute on our descent. We have PAPI left and right hand side, and nothing else really to go home about there. So runway 6, exiting most likely Romeo 2, Echo 2s we can make as well, but probably Romeo 2 and Romeo 1 are going to be our best options to exit there. Parking situation, I have no idea where these people park. I'm assuming down here. In Terminal 1. So, actually, I think it's Terminal 3. That was Terminal 3. So we're going to exit Romeo 2 or 1. And then we're going to make ourselves onto Delta and go from there. We've already calculated our fuel remaining is 1,700 above min, so we're all good on that. And yeah, we'll get back to your comments here. Where do you do the most flying in the USA? Yeah, US and Canada. I see someone is doing a virtual WestJet airline in Discord. They are. Yeah, feel free to join it. I gotta go. See ya. Hey, Mike. Well, thanks for stopping by. Good luck on your test as well. We need a good 747-400, 800 in the sim now. I mean, PNBG's working on it, right? So we will get a good one, depending on when they want to bring it to us. I can't wait for the 100 personally. Captain Paramo, could you please show how the Wingflex vary when touching the Wingflex bar on the EFE, please? I have no idea. We can show you what it does, but I don't think it'll actually do anything mid-flight. So here's with it off. Actually, I probably should press save. Right, nothing going on. 50%. But we're not really in turbulence, so you might not really see anything. I've been leaving it around 100. I'll leave it just shy of 100. You know what? That's actually a great idea, Paramo. After this stream, once I land in Manila, I'm gonna make a video showcasing the different gear bumps, Wingflex, and the background glow, and the aircraft age and such. That's actually a great idea. What's this? Use weight variant? High gross weight, regular, I guess? Auto? Leave it in auto. Use imperial. Oh, yes, please. I finally found where that was. I hate kilograms. There we go. Now we're working with the right numbers. Alrighty, so we're coming down on the approach here shortly. We're going to be doing Yanni at 6 grand, 230 knots. So let's set 6,000 here. And we shall be ready for the descent whenever we do get that. Oh, that's why I chose that. Need the tattle. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Tattle 3 Romeo. Dock sub transition. Approach via. Dock sub already selected. We'll insert that. Now we're looking good. Sweet. Cleaned it all up. Ton more. Oh no, this is in pounds now. Never mind. Still looking good. I probably don't need dock sub, but I've given to myself just in case I want to space out the approach a little bit more. So it says decelerate. All right, we're gonna start our descent. Paddle is 250 at 16 grand. So it's V-navving down to 16,000. You can see it flexing a little bit. Tiny, tiny bit. Do you have GSX? I do. I do, Shaked, yes. Yeah, that's true. 87 triples are fly-by-wire. Yeah. Paramo says hello. Hello. Yeah, Paramo, I've answered your question. I'm going to be making a video, actually, on your comment there. I will be making a video on the different Wingflex settings and all that kind of stuff. Oh, do you have quite a lot of hours on VATSIM? I have... I don't know. I don't really know my hours. I fly... So if you don't know, I fly the CRJ 900 in real life. So that's my job to do. I'm actually going flying tonight. We're going over to Raleigh Durham for a bit. So that's what I do. But in terms of VATSIM hours, I'd have to check, honestly. My VATSIM account is quite old. I've been flight simming for about 16 years, maybe 14 of those on VATSIM. Been watching the recent streams about the Toliss Toliss. I like that a lot. Do you have this plane and X-plane? And if so, much difference? I did not have this plane and X-plane. No, I'm not a very big X-plane fan. I know it's very controversial, but I absolutely, one, don't like the visuals, but two, I absolutely hate a lot of the flight models that I've tried. I've owned the IXE G37, I've owned the Zebo, I've owned the Flight Factor Triple, and X-plane 10 and 11. I didn't enjoy it. It felt very kite-like to me. Like I understand the physics have potential to be better, but it just feels like there's too much going on. There's like the airplanes are too bubbly. They float too much. They're too kite-like, in my opinion. Not really, as the nose kind of just wobbles. They're a little more stable than that, at least from my experience. So I don't like Microsoft's is a little on rails, tiny bit, but X-plane's a little too much off the rails. So I don't like the X-plane one that much. I'd rather have a little more on rails than nothing, because the airplanes are quite stable airplanes when they're being flown. So I wasn't a big fan of X-plane. I might get into it again, but the visuals for me have to increase. I'm a very big visual guy as well when I'm simming. Started the descent quite early, just because, I don't know, I just wanted to, I guess. We can actually, what we can do is we can lower this to 34,000 feet to start with. 32,000 feet. And then we can see when the top of descent comes up, because I started a little early. I'll just clear all that, make it all one. Nice and simple. You hate kilogram? I do. Yeah, the RJ uses pounds, so I'm used to pounds. Which airline do you work for? I'll keep that out of there, but it is North America. And it's on an RJ 900/900NG sometimes. We only got a few of those. That's nice. 16. Wow. Yeah, it's been a long time. I started when I was 13 years old. Is it 16 years? Let's do the math real quick. It's been 14 years. I was off by 2 years. But yeah, I started when I was like 13, 14, kind of that area. My first thing was FSX on a Costco laptop on the PMDG 737 on FSX. And then I went from that to 7.4, triple, loved all those. Then I went over to DCS for a while. DCS was my main sim for like 8 years. But in the background, I'd still do some Microsoft or some FSX Steam Edition, P3D. I had all the versions of P3D up to version 5, where I repurchased all the PMDGs, by the way, 3 times. Cough, cough, no discount code still. And yeah, and then I fell in love with the Concorde. That was my favorite airplane. I think it was like 17 or 16. I fell in love with that airplane. I'd read the manual in class. I was a total nerd. I just loved that airplane. What is your opinion on the hand flying? And so in the sim, like on this airplane or on the RJ? On this airplane, I think it's okay. I've never flown an Airbus, so I've never flown a fly-by-wire aircraft before. But to me, it feels really cool. You can feel the weight of it as well. The flare is a lot more work than your Phoenix. The Phoenix has a lot of float, where this one will slam if you don't flare it. So it feels proper in that position. but I've never flown a 340, so I don't know. I do not know if you have landed it yet, but every single person I have watched land it has slammed it. Yeah, I've landed it yesterday on stream, and I actually have a landing tutorial. If you want to check out my video on this channel, I have a landing tutorial that should help you when you buy the aircraft. That's a lot of that's a lot of cups of coffee. Yeah, I mean, I bought on FSX. I bought the 3747 -8 and 400, 200, 300DR, and freighter. Then P3D came out. You had to rebuy them all over again, so I bought them again. And then P3D version 4 came out, which was a 64-bit instead of 32-bit. And what do you know? A whole brand. It's PMDG does the same thing. Something happens in the sim world that people are going to be updating to, and they say it's from the ground up. We built it up, right? So I rebought them all over again. And then it's not over. Microsoft Flight Sim comes out, bought them again. And then Microsoft 2024 came out, and now I'm paying the update fees again. So I've probably spent about $2,000 easy on Microsoft Flight Sim PMDG products, just PMDG. I mean, I could do the math actually if I really wanted to, but I don't know if I want to see that. By the way, guys, can you guys do me a really big favor? I want you guys to go over to Fly with Adam on YouTube. He's live right now. He's an up-and-coming channel. And say I sent you over there. Say hello from me. Give him a like. Give him a sub. He's live right now. And please, please tell him you say hi from me. That's in the Discord. Or sorry, it's in the chat right now. Just click that link. Go say hi for me. That'd be really, really awesome. I really appreciate that. I'm in the comments there as well. And turn notification bells on for him as well. He streams around this time as well. He's doing a Southwest 737 flight right now. So if you can have his chat open up in the background or something. Awesome guy. Thank you guys for doing that. I see SNA in there. I see Claria in there. Max has joined in the Adams channel. So yeah, there's a link in the chat right now. Mr. Fly with Adams YouTube channel. He's a new streamer coming up online, and he's flying on Southwest right now. If you guys are going to click that link in the chat there, give him a like, give him a sub, show some love, subscribe to him, put the notification bells on. He's a nice guy, a local guy. AJ making jokes. He has a way better intro than I do. I gotta step my game up on my intro. Look at Fly with Adam's intro. I don't even know how he did that. You guys see the wing flexing here? He's just like, yeah, he does. What are you trying to say? There's that Wingflex you guys are asking about. I'll be making a video on this. I'll try to put some turbulence on, and I'll see what the differences are and make a video on that. Mr. Flight Sim Gaming, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. We're in the beautiful A340-600 by Aerosoft / Toliss. Very, very beautiful looking airplane. Lonnie, I don't know if you know him, but I put a link in the chat there, Mr. Fly with Adam. He's a new streamer. He's actually local to us. Go give him a like as well. He's live right now. He's doing Southwest. But this thing is gorgeous, Lonnie. I think you're an Airbus man, so I think you'll like this airplane quite a bit. It's Phoenix level, slightly past Phoenix level in system depth in terms of like failures and such, to my knowledge. But they are still working on the ACARS. The ACARS is not up to that level yet. VNAV works well. You can see we're nicely going down for 16,000. It's above 16 is all it needs. And then we're slowing nicely for 250 knots at Tattle. We're going into Manila right now. Lonnie, appreciate the 12 months, a full year of membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Can't wait till you can start streaming again as well. Get some dollar sign emojis in chat for Mr. Lonnie there. This plane looks great. I've been watching some videos. Yeah, it's really, really good. Mr. Fly with Adam is having a data link problem in a 737. If anyone's seen data link fail in a 737 when trying to uplink your flight plan, if you want to go help him, Mr. Fly with Adam, he's on live. I don't know actually what's going on either. I thought maybe a SimBrief ID thing, but I'm not too sure. About to say, let me make sure I start flight recorder, but then I remembered this thing has a built-in replay tool. Barak says, how many of these planes are operative today? I wouldn't know that number. Not very many, though. I know Lufthansa still flies it. And I don't... Does Cathay Pacific even fly this airplane anymore? What airlines fly the A340-600 today? It's not many. There's a private jet. Mahan Air, which is Iranian. Convesa, Venezuelan. Interesting. What else? Special Charter, Lufthansa. That's about it. But Thai used to have it. Cathay Pacific used to have it. Some other airlines as well. Hope you get a proper 330 someday. Yes, I am of the opinion that Phoenix should have not wasted their time on the Neos, on the 320 Neo and 321, and just made a 330 and then go back and make the Neos. I think they would have had a lot more. So what I'm trying to say is the longer they take to not make a 330, the more ability they give someone else to make the 330. So I can really easily see Toliss making this 340, changing some stuff, and making it a 330, and say, here you go, way before Phoenix does, and it'll be up to the quality. Maybe not quite to the visual quality, but in the system depth, it might surpass it. So if they don't watch out, Toliss and other companies will be able to make that 330 before they ever do. So I think they should get on it personally. 187 are in service as of April 25, according to Wiki. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. I really appreciate all you guys are in here. 40 watching currently. Thank you so much. There's a lot of A340 videos online right now on the channel, so be sure to go watch those as well. Talk about some EFB features, how to land it, all sorts of stuff. We'll be making some more content later today as well, so be sure to stick around for that. You guys have been killing on all the videos, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Subscriber-wise, we've gained, you guys are going nuts in subscriptions as well. We've gained 11 subscribers since starting this stream as well, so that is crazy. Mr. Yoham says, man, Phoenix ain't... it would take years for them to do an A330, 10 times faster for them to do a 320 Neo. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what they can do other than maybe hiring more devs, but they should really look on increasing productivity and speed, because a lot of these devs, like Indie Builds, and they got Toliss, PMG, they have a lot of people behind their teams working on multiple projects, and they're not terrible. They're not, Phoenix has good quality, but the other products aren't far behind in a lot of ways, and some ways are better. So I can really see Toliss excelling in Flight Sim, in Microsoft Flight Sim, with this product as being as fantastic as it is. I haven't encountered really any bugs at all. The only bug I've encountered is in the replay tool, where sometimes it's in slow-mo, even though I don't want slow-mo. That's kind of it. Other than that, if they can get this out and polished with a few updates of whatever they need to do, I want to think within a year to a year and a half, you can probably see a Toliss 330 easy. And that would be fantastic. If they can bring their entire lineup, would be really, really cool. Even the 350 they have, right? Didn't they have a 350 in X-Plane? Or someone did. Yanni at 230 will be slowing down roughly around there. All right, 3,000's been set now. If we can go down to 5 if needed, or when needed. Window traffic, it's Kathy 903, 40 miles to the north, 1000 descending 3000. We'll be planning ILS runway 6 via Doxib. The 5 largest scheduled airline operators are Lufthansa, Menair, Edelweiss has 600s? Oh, I did not know that. That's cool. And Swiss. Oh, we got to do a Swiss flight. It's going to be competition between Toliss and Phoenix. I think so. I think that could be the new one. Looks like there are currently 6 V4600 in the air right now. 3 are Lufthansa and 3 European cargo. Lufthansa. I like saying Lufthansa cargo. Anyways, coming up on 10,000 feet. Get the lights on. We shall get the belts. We'll double ding those. Is this on? No. Ooh. Listen, that's... I know a lot of people love sounds in Flight Sim, but honestly, that sounds even better than, than all the engine sounds. Just quiet. It's so nice. Anyways, that's going well. Hey CFI, hello Matteo. During the lunchtime from work, just swung to say hello. The place looks awesome, but its price tag is near 70-80. I'll probably go with other options. Yeah, I mean, it is a really good airplane, and it is a very in-depth aircraft. So it's probably going to be roughly at market price. I don't think they're asking... It depends on your way you look at it. I think for how in-depth Toliss will get with this aircraft, even more than it already is, I think it's a fair price when PMDG is charging that as well. Now, there's not too many Air 340 operators, and there's not too many people that probably will fly the A340, so they probably should have taken that into account, and maybe they should price it a little less, depending on what... I don't know what they're going to price it at, but they should probably take into account that a lot of people might not buy this, just because it is a 340, and a lot of people like to do real-world routes, so... I think it's a small group. I could see after they drop the Neos, if they are any good, they hire more devs. They probably haven't had a big boost of income in like a year or two. Yeah, that's true. They really, really should have made the 2024 update $5 or something. Making it free was very nice, you know, but $2, $3, you know, let's say you got 10,000 people to convert their 2020 to 2024 and it costed $2, you know, that's 20 grand right there. And I think they would have got a lot more than 10,000 people. So it's a shame that the A340 has so few operators. It is a shame, you know, but the twin engine aircraft are killing these 4-engine beauties, right? I mean, the 777X, 87, 350, you don't really need the 4 engines anymore. It's unfortunate, but it's kind of true, right? The only thing that's nice about 4 engines is you got a ton of redundancy. 2 engines are still very, very reliable, but 4 is, you know, incredible. And the fuel burn of 4 engines is insane. No Eloise and Swiss never had 600s? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, they have 300s, yeah. Well, CTD before I even departed. Oh, that's not good. That's not good, SNA. That's quite the bank angle. I'm going to select slat 1, or flap 1, whatever you want to call it. Boop. The performance on this aircraft is fantastic as well. The only problem with this airplane I've had, and I've said it, was one, the replay tool sometimes has slow-mo, but the other problem that I have is the visuals. They're not quite up to Microsoft 2024 visuals. They kind of look, they've been ported in from like 2020 or like maybe X-Plane, but they're not bad, but that's the only thing. If I were to gripe, I'd like a bit better visuals. The cockpit visuals are fine. The exterior from the wing views and stuff maybe need a little bit of work. We'll just hold the speed. Yeah, it's going to be holding around there. That's going to be work out just fine. Manila traffic is Cathay 903 on a left downwind runway 06, planning the ILS 6 via Daxab. You can see the Pappies out in the distance there already. Of course, Aerosoft handled the visuals. I don't know if they did. I'm not too sure who did. They can't get nothing right. No, I think Aerosoft, they've had their problems, but I think they were very smart in getting a company like Tolish on their team. Tolish, sorry, I said Tolish on their team, and I think Tolish was very smart in getting with a dev that does have a lot of money and not power, but a lot of influence in terms of advertising and that kind of stuff to advertise this type of an airplane for them. I think it was a very good deal. It's a win-win on both sides there. Have you had any better luck with landings or still nose heavy behavior? So the nose heavy behavior I found was actually due to a Moza setting that I had running in the background on my Moza joystick, which by the way, will bring the cameras up for you guys now. And so that has been fixed for the most part. It still needs a lot of flare, but that's probably just because it's a big chunk of metal, right? It's a pretty big heavy airplane. So that it feels fine to me now. And I've done a couple landings with the new settings, and it works out quite well. So let's go and put the landing symbology on as well. Get the glide slopes already on the way. We're at a got ADFs tuned. We don't want that. Let's get our VORs. Got 18 miles to the MIA VOR. I'll probably hit the approach button around 14. In real life, guys, the further you click that approach button and you go over to ILS navigation, local glide slope, the further you are from the airport, they're not very good signals. So in real life, you can actually get a chance of capturing a false localizer. So I'm just going to leave it on nav mode for a little bit. We're tracking the right way. And then we're going to go ahead and select approach when we get a little bit closer. There's no real rush for this right now. We're still at a 16-mile final, so we're doing just fine. Have to be stable by 500 feet on a visual approach. Yeah, the model is good, but texturing is mid. I don't know what that first part means. But I know some people do. Oh, you don't? Yeah. Okay, you don't care. Yeah. There's going to be alts cap at 3,000 feet. Could you share the Moza settings on your Discord, please? I can. I'm using the AB6, so I'll post my AB6 A340 profile. Let me see if I can. Let me not do it now because I'm gonna mess up. But we'll do it after the stream. Just send me a text to remind myself here. We're speed and alt star 13 miles. That's pretty good there. We'll press approach. There's low captured. Glide slope arm. Glide slope alive. Runways in sight. Visual landing. Visual calls. I've never ever flown into Manila. On sim, and this was actually my very first time flying out of Hong Kong in the sim as well in a long time. In 24, or it's my first time, but it's been quite a while since I've flown out of Hong Kong in general. All right, we're gonna grab the gear down, and we're also gonna grab flap 2. So let's go ahead and do flap 2. Gear down. Notice I've moved my camera. There we go. And you get the Airbus side stick view. Beauty. A little far for the gear, but that's okay. Check, Gradouts alive. Middle of traffic, it's Cathy 903 on the 9-mile final, runway 6. Gonna go ahead and arm those spoilers. Go ahead and grab flap 3. Beautiful airplane. Good sounds. The sounds are decent. Not gonna win any awards, but they're decent. Manila's nice. Yeah, I found this route, Johan. I just looked up shortest A340 routes and A340-600, and I found this as Cathy used to do it. So flap full. Ain't she purty? Look at all that frame gen. Look at it, all that frame gen. What a beautiful looking airplane. Are you using any add-ons for Hong Kong? Yes, I use the Indie Builds Hong Kong and a Manila Senior. I forget what it's called, but I bought out the Indie Manager as well. Does it work with AB9? The profile, it'll work technically, but it's not going to be any good because it's not all the torque and settings are all not set for that. All right, cabin's ready. We got the gear down, forward green, spoilers armed, belts on, cabin's advised, and the flaps are in the landing configuration. Our missed approach is straight ahead, and then we take a right-hand turn later on. Let's go and bring this PFD brightness down a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and hand fly this beast. Ready, guys? Should I fly from this side? I haven't done a right side view yet, but I'm in a right side setup. But we'll do a left-hand view for you guys. Any builds March Madness sales start? Of course they do, because I've just purchased I just purchased an Any Build scenery today or yesterday. So now the sale starts. That's usually how it goes for me. All right, guys, get your landing rates in chat. This is a pretty big of a slammer airplane. I'm gonna try to start my flare around 40 feet, and we will go from there. It's looking like the Pappies don't quite agree with the glide slope. I'm gonna trust the Pappy. I already called landing earlier, visual landing. Just gonna get a glide slope warning, but I'm on the Pappies.
Retard 10, 5.
Hold that nose. Just a little bit. There we go. What a beauty. This is a good scenery. Johan was right. That's not what I wanted to do. Manual braking. Johan's like, beauty. She's gorgeous, eh? Yeah, once I fix those Moza settings, it flares fine. It was just on my side. So I've made a comment about that. I've let the developers know that it was just my side that had the problem, and it was a Moza thing. Exiting Romeo 2 as briefed here. I was gonna go straight, but I guess I'm not supposed to. Manila traffic, it's Kathy 903. We're gonna be crossing runway 31 at Charlie, and then proceeding Delta to the ramp. Clear right, clear left. Looks like the runway is actually not even an active one anymore. Let's go ahead and bring our spoilers disarm, our flaps 0 as well. Get that camera turned off for you. I believe this parks at Terminal 3. Got some nice birds over there. You know what? I should probably go this way. There's no one giving me ATC. I'm just kind of giving my own taxi route. Don't mind me. Looked smooth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Got a fighter down. Love it. Yes, it's not a Phoenix. The problem I have with the Phoenix, and okay, let me back this up. I think every airplane in this sim suffers from a little way too much lift near the landing portion. They have magic lift somewhere at idle thrust. They have all this performance. I don't know where it comes from. Anyways, we're gonna cut that wing sock off. Don't worry about that. Actually, I think we'll just make it. My buddy who flies a 320, 19 and 21, came over to my house, tried the sim. He was on the CRJ before, like me now, and confirmed my suspicion that the 320 and 19, mainly the 20, had like ridiculous amount of lift. It shouldn't do what it does. The Phoenix. So the Max has this problem, I feel, as well. This airplane does not suffer from that. You need to flare this airplane and fly the airplane down. Not a little bit of pullback and you wait for the endless amounts of lift to finally draw back. This airplane will slam, which is very nice to see. We got the CRJ to kind of do that in 2020, but now in 24 they've changed it. So I gotta go with the devs and have them fix that. Anyways, let's do our after landing flows here. That should have been on. I forgot that. Oh well, I'm a very bad pilot. So put our lights on. Strobes can come off. We can go ahead and start the APU. Let's pick for ourselves gate 110. Looks pretty good. I don't know what these are. Nope. We might just do no GSX depending on if I can't find anything. Nope. I don't know where I just spawned them. But anyways, we'll go and start the APU. And the line light can get turned off. Strobe lights get turned off. Awesome. All the way at the end. Okay. That's fine. We'll go all the way at the end. I'm going to bring these brightnesses down a little bit. Now, as a streamer, this is very nice in the fact that obviously I didn't turn on my streaming record or my recording software to record the landing. However, this will record the entire flight, so you can do a full passenger POV video if you wanted to. With just this, I could just go back at the end of the, I might even do that. I could just rewind all this to the very start of our flight and do the whole thing. The plane does have time acceleration, yes. Sound hurting your ears? Oh, I can bring the volume lower. Sorry about that. Doing a return hop? Not today. I'll be doing a I'm gonna do the replays for you guys, and then I'm gonna be making some A340 video content for you guys as well. So my son was invited and is heading down to Nav Canada near Pearson in Toronto tomorrow. Do the ATC testing for the day. Hey, that's really cool. Congratulations on that. There's our trusty warrior right at the end here. All right, the crew's in sight. The APU's on. Taxi light can get turned off. I don't know if they do any engine shut-off taxiing. I would assume they can. I just don't know if they do. This airplane on 4 engines moves. I haven't touched the throttle all this time. It's been idle this entire way. All right, we're going to overshoot this turn. As you guys can see, this airplane is a very big airplane. So your flight deck is there, but the airplane's here. So we're going to go past this and do a nice big right-hand turn. So put this yellow line right at about that abeam, and then we're going to start our right-hand turn. It looks weird, I know it does, but it will end up working out. I'll have to correct to the left a little bit, and then we'll be good to go. That staircase is probably going to get smacked over. Mr. Fly with Lotto, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Lotto, I think you'll love this airplane. It's an Airbus. I know you like the Airbuses, and it's a 340. So it's you know the 340. It's a beautiful airplane. It's made very, very well by Toliss. So you'll, I think, really enjoy this one when it comes out on your streams there. Guys, go check out Mr. Fly with Lotto on TikTok. Huge streamer and content creator as well. Good friend as well. I like to think, at least. Like how he's just on like a railing. I'm so gonna knock this guy over. little bit more, eh? My brakes are a little sensitive. I'm probably going to change that. There we go. All right, that's good enough for me. Parking brake is set. The APU is running. The anti-ice is off. We'll select the APU bleed on number 1 and 2, 3 and 4. I know, Lotto. Yeah, it's gonna be great. You're gonna love this thing. You're gonna love this thing. The APU is off. The beacon light can be selected off. The seatbelt signs can be selected off as well. All the fuel pumps. Let's make sure I got this. 1, 2, 3. Wait, no, stop. Doing that wrong. There we go. There we go. Oh, nope, didn't want to click that. I'm just clicking everything. Alrighty. I think that's everything. A lot of fuel pumps, but we'll say that's all off. The belts are off as well. We throw the dome light on. That is crazy. It's so bright. I'm going to take a video later. I'll make a short of the CRJ's dome light, and it barely does anything. So that was like turning day. That was like turning the sun on. Anyways, let's go to the EFB over here. And we can select the external power A, the external power B, some low pressure air. With the low pressure air, the bleed air can be turned off. With the external powers connected, A and B, the APU could be selected off as well. And the aircraft would have been deboarding this entire time, or starting the deboarding process anyways. What a beautiful looking airplane though, guys. Doesn't it look amazing? Don't worry about the bridges that are almost, in the engines, but absolutely fantastic. We're going to start the replays here. I'll just catch up with the comments really quickly. Grizz says I'm good at promotion. Thank you so much. You want to hear good at promotion, Fly with Lotto is great at promotion, in my opinion. Flown only the A300 from the Airbus family. This will be a big step. Oh, you'll be fine. It's all automated. Don't be worried. It's an import jet. Import, press go, fly. Really, really fun. So when will the MD-80 be coming on stream? It will be coming. I'm going to be, unfortunately, going away on a 4-day pairing starting tonight. And then I have 1 day off on Friday, which I'll try to squeeze a stream in. And then another 4-day pairing. So basically, from the 9th today to the 12th, I work. 13th off. Then the 14th all the way to the 17th, I work. So it's going to be a very busy week for me. But we will get it in there eventually. She looks good on performance. It is very good on performance. Much better than I thought. You can see GSX doing GSX things and parking me way off the lines. But whatever. That's fine. Harris, hey, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping in. Matteo says, my guy wanted to kiss the weather radar. Yeah, which actually that should have been turned off, but that's my fault. Sure would be nice if Asobo would implement dual jetways. It would be cool, wouldn't it? Let's do some replays, guys. So in theory, I should be able to press this button, quick replay, and now everything's running again. Notice that? All the doors are closed. All right, so in that case, let's go ahead and bring this back. Oh wait, you know what? Let's maybe not do this on VATSIM. That's a good idea, huh? Let's disconnect from that. All right, and then we get to witness the approach all over again. Looks like it didn't do the pumps. I'll do this real quick just so it can have that in its brain. The engines are online. The flaps are full. The gear is down. Clear the warning there. All the gear is reset to its position for landing. I'll put the time a bit back to where we were roughly landing at. Ooh, that looks really nice. You know what? This wasn't when we were landing in, but this just looks nice. So we'll just do that for a little bit. I'll change the time around a little bit for you, though. Yeah, they did. Lotto, they did. Yeah, it's the best feature ever. I have a video, like a 50-second video on my channel. It's the best feature I've ever seen in an airplane. You can even see there's some fingerprinting there. I wonder if I change... aircraft sim control. I'll bring the aircraft age all the way down and save. Well, the fingerprints are still there. All right, never mind. I wanted to see if that would that would do it. Put the sim sounds up for you guys a little bit. Watch out for headphone users. Lotto, you should message Rafi. He might, he should be able to give you an early access for the stream on TikTok. I can give you the details later. We gained almost 20 subscribers. We're 1 subscriber away from gaining 20 on this entire stream, which is insane. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all you guys being here. I bought this Manila scenery on the Indie Builds manager as well. When is it coming? I have no idea. They gave us to stream, and that's about it. I don't even know how much they're going to charge for it. I would assume 70, 80-ish US, but I don't know. Oh, that was a beauty. That was good. I think that's my best landing yet. I followed my own landing tutorial video that I just made yesterday. By the way, it's on the channel. Only problem with the EFB replay feature is I have to go back in the jet and back in the jet here and then do it from here, which is okay. Give you guys from the flight deck view. The Pappies and glide slope didn't really agree with anything, 40, but that's 30, fine.
20, retard, 10, 5.
AJ says soon. Yeah, probably soon. Thanks, Lotto. Appreciate it. That AVH says butter. Lotto says, what a landing. Yeah, I think that was one of my best landings in this thing. Yeah, after I fixed that Moza problem I was having with this, which caused a lot of excessive nose downforce for some reason, it fixed all the problems. What a beautiful looking airplane, though. It's just a joy to fly. Joy to hand fly. We're using the Moza AB6 joystick. Sorry, base. I'll put the cameras on real quick. Moza AB6 base down here with the Simworkshop Airbus grip. Moza AB6, I got a link for it down in the description. We really appreciate if you guys would check that out. It's fantastic for the Airbus. And then over here, all wing control gear on the left-hand side here.
40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Crack reverse, spoilers deployed. Came off the center line a little bit. Brought her back though. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. With a landing like that, guys, I mean, we're going to have to replay the crap out of this. So just, you know, give me about 45 minutes. It's not every day we got one of those, right? I'm currently flying the X-Plane 340-600 from Toliss to JFK. I will say Airsoft did done great with cockpit in 24 hours. Yes, the visuals are good. They need a little bit of work, but they are still very good. There's a spoiler deploy. I'm gonna turn replay feature off real quick. This might, you know, I might not do that. Let me see if I can change the Wingflex strength. Let me turn that down a little bit. We're gonna watch that again and see what that does. Whoop, 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 whoop.
500.
Okay, there we go. Beautiful approach. Hopefully these guys develop the 330 with the features that would be yes, if Toliss plays their cards right, I think they are on the track to dominate the Airbus market. They got this 340 out, put out the 330 within a year and a half. They can get it out because the 340 and 330 share a lot of systems, to my knowledge. I think it's a similar type rating too, isn't it? Or am I thinking of something else? But anyways, they should get that 330 out within a year and a half. If they can crush that out with this quality, bring out a 350, bring out a 320, and then lastly the 380, and they'll be good to go. The 330, we need a 330 though in this sim. The Wingflex looks like it changed, or are they still quite aggressive? They look a little aggressive, I think. It still looks kind of cool. Maybe the animation needs a little bit of work on it. That's not a problem at all. This is replay is another, not a problem at all. This is just replay another than MSFS or add-ons. I don't really quite understand, Lotto. Oh wait, sorry, you said better. Oh, it's better than MSFS or add-ons. It is, yeah. I think so. I think this is the best replay tool ever that we've had so far. It follows the thrust settings, the throttle position, your movements. You can see the aileron being deflected. Everything's just perfectly recorded. Yeah, same type rating. Yeah. It's a bit much. Yeah, I agree, Lotto. It's a little bit much. I don't know if my Wingflex setting that I just changed saved though. So maybe I'll go check that real quick. They're a little jerky, the animations. Oh, look at those spoilers come out though. They're a little jerky. They might have to animate them a little, so it's almost like it's like frame jumping between like up down. They probably have to animate that a little bit better. But those are all visual things. The system and the flight model and all that, the most important stuff is working quite well. What I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna press replay tool. That should end it. And it will flip out and do some weird stuff. So it's gonna do some weird stuff when you do that. But what I wanna do is I wanna turn this on. I'm gonna turn the, whoa, stop. I'm gonna turn the Wingflex down. And I'm gonna do another replay. It seems like it did save the settings. Please stop. Thank you. Expect to see, by the way, guys, a passenger POV of this, probably. Because I have a whole recording of a flight right here. Alright, let's go check back out there. They're still kind of still moving a little jerky. They still look good. But, yeah, it needs a little bit of work. I agree with that. 16 hours on the CRJ, but now I'm hooked on the 340. We're a nice airplane. Yeah, this thing's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful airplane. I was saying it's not a problem that we would have to go back in the cockpit to play the replay. Yeah, it's not a big problem. It's just a little inconvenience. What probably could fix it is if you can export the EFB to like either an iPad or a link outside, like on a browser. That might make it a little better. Not a lot of sounds from those reversers. There we go. Beauty, 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 beauty. Let's get some outside shots and we're going to call it a day. Let's see what the tower saw. I don't know why I'm over here, but I'm over here. We have surpassed 20 subscribers for the day. We got 22. Thank you guys so much for that. I will definitely work on the Wingflex because an X-plane, even when it's high, less aggressive. I see. Oh, sorry, they will definitely work on it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I think we got a raise with that one. Would love to get a hold of this plane. Yeah, man. DM me on Discord and I'll give you the... you should be able to contact them. But I'll be honest, Rafi's getting like he even said to me he's getting 1 billion DMs about it. But they should be able to reach out for you. Give you guys a co-pilot view. I'll zoom out so I can make a short out of it later.
200. Minimum.
Haven't flown 340, but having a big chunk of engine at the outer part of the wings seems reasonable. Yeah. I don't know.
50.
Looks a little aggressive to me.
30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
What I'm doing here, guys, for the flare as well, once this airplane comes out, I'll give you guys at least how I land the airplane. It's not going to guarantee the best landing ever, but it should guarantee a pretty safe landing. What I'll do is I'll fast forward this a little bit.
300 above. 200. Minimum. 100.
Okay, so... 1 second. So I'll play it in slow speed. At 50 feet, I'm not doing anything. I'm just maintaining my aiming point. I'm maintaining this nice 700 to 800 feet per minute. Just keeping the nose down. At 40 feet, I start a little bit of a nose up. Start flaring around 40. Just start getting the nose starting to come up. You can see the elevators are starting to come up around 30 and 20 feet now as well. This is all in slow-mo. Thrust back, but keep flaring. Keep flaring even with that thrust back. Just a tiny bit. You can see just a little bit. Needed a little bit of left rudder. That was my fault, but that's okay. Little bit, keep the nose coming up as you do. But start that flare at 40 feet, and it should really work wonders for you. If you start lower, you can, but it just might be a bit more of a little more aggressive of a flare. Just tiny bit. But this thing under, if you don't flare under 30, it's going to be a lot of inertia, a lot of weight to fix after. It's quite difficult to do that. Oh, Lotto, you're going to have a blast with this, especially the content you make. Now, this nose gear slams down, so be sure to hold that nose up. You can almost, I sometimes find myself putting too much nose up pressure, and then the nose comes up again, which I think happened there a little bit. But the nose does drop aggressively. Give you some daytime footage as well. Alright, we'll do a couple more and then we're going to end the stream there, guys.
$2,000.
Oh, we're really far. Look, it even saves the autopilot disconnect. It saves all that stuff, which is quite cool, I think. Already ahead of you, Lotto. Already ahead of you, my buddy. Oh, come on. Oh, my keys aren't clicked in. There we go. I'll do it again. I forgot that there's still that glitch with chase plane.
Retard.
Don't call me that.
20. Retard. 30. 50.
Right, that should be enough time for me to get kind of set up here. Look at the shadow. Nice. Give you guys a runway spotter's view.
1,000.
Press play from there. And I can press this button. I love chase plane, man. This is so awesome. Oh, the nearest feature, or the nearest runway view doesn't work. That's kind of strange. Oh, I have it here though. There we go. Was it good, eh, Lotto? I think so. I'd give myself a raise. little wobbly, and that nose falls. So centerline control, not great. Touchdown though. Touchdown was nice. All right, guys, we're gonna end the stream there. I think you guys seen enough of this landing. Love flying it. Performance is fantastic. No bugs whatsoever. Visuals, probably a touch on the exterior, a little bit nicer looking textures would be nice. A-Cars needs a little bit more modeling as well, but I think, guys, if you're an Airbus fan and a flight simulation fan, you will want to purchase this airplane. So we'll leave you with this. I will see you guys on the next stream. Thank you, and goodbye for now. Don't mind my chase plane bugs.